Hi guys, it's Attorney Kristie Scott. This is my first video after Hurricane Ian, which I'm sure you all know has hit Southwest Florida really badly. So my first and foremost, my prayers go out to everyone that's been impacted by the storm, and I'm definitely praying for first responders and the electricity people and the water people, and I'm just hoping that everything gets restored as quickly as possible. So I want to share this really important video with you guys because I know there's been so much property damage, and I want to make sure that you're all aware of what you should be doing from a legal perspective and a personal health perspective related to your property. So first and foremost, you should be making sure that you and your family are safe at all times. There's lots of hazards out there, so make sure that you're using caution. And when you are able, definitely check and evaluate your property. You want to make sure you look at the interior of your property, the exterior of the property, that you inspect even your vehicles, windows, doors. Make sure that you even look at your roofs. Now, I'm not telling you to go jump on the roof. That's not what I'm saying, but do take a look, see if you're missing any roof tiles and things of that sort. You want to make sure that your appliances are functioning, any of your personal possessions, even, look over your yard, look at any debris. And you want to document everything. So you should be taking pictures and videos of all of the damage, in all of those areas that I mentioned. You also want to just create some place wherever you can that you can keep all of the important documents, like maybe a folder or an envelope, and you're going to use that kind of as your document safekeeping for all of the important documents. You can put your pictures in there, your insurance policy, and things of that sort. You want to make sure that you document everything. So literally, you want to put together, just your notes of when you contact your insurance company, any notes related to the damages that you have. You want to keep all of that in one area. So speaking of which, you're going to make a list of all of your damages. If possible, if you have serial numbers, model numbers, make a list of all of that. You're going to keep it in that important folder that you're going to be making. You also want to make sure you notify your insurance company. You need to do that as soon as possible, but and then you're just going to document, like use, pen and paper, make notes of what day and time it was that you contacted them, who you spoke with, and the substance of the conversation. Now, as attorneys often say, anything that you say can and likely will be used against you. So you shouldn't speculate as to what actually happened. You should just let them know that, obviously there was a hurricane and that these particular things have been damaged as it relates to your personal property. You want to make sure that you're honest. Let them know that you sustained damage, and you do want to request that they send out an insurance adjuster to assess the damage. Another thing that you want to do is you need to mitigate any damages. So what does that mean? That means that you want to protect your property. So if you have a roof leak, you need to put a tarp over it. Or if there's something that's currently damaged and you don't want it to get further damaged, you need to take preventative measures so that things are not further damaged. Back to that envelope or wherever you're going to be keeping your documents, you want to collect any receipts or proof of purchases for any possessions. You can keep all of that in that envelope. You want to, if you have multiple communications with your insurance company, anytime that you've contacted them, you want to make sure you document the date, the time, whoever you spoke with, and the substance of that communication. You also want to review your insurance policy. As I mentioned, you can put your insurance policy in that folder if you can, but you do want to review your insurance policy. It's going to tell you what your deductible is. It's going to tell you what's covered and what's not covered. And it's going to give you a lot of helpful information, like your policy number and things of that sort. When your insurance adjuster comes out to assess the damage. You're going to get an estimate of all of your damages. Do not take that to be complete truth. Know that, if you think that you've received a low estimate, you do have a right that you can contact a lawyer. You can get a second opinion as it relates to the you can get like an independent evaluation of your property. And so I definitely want you to be aware of that. As you are on your property, make sure that you use safety, keep safety first, clean safely, make sure that you beware of mold if there was a lot of water damage and things of that sort. You also need to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. A lot of us don't have power. And so if you are without power or without water, you don't want to be working really hard without air conditioning. So make sure that you're taking care of yourself. You're drinking lots of water, that whenever you are drinking water, that it is clean water. I know right now we're under a boil water notice. And so you want to make sure that you're using only clean water that is safe for you to consume. Also, if you are using a generator, I know that you've heard this, but I have to say, make sure you do not use a portable generator inside of your home. And last but not least, make sure you're taking care of yourself, both physically and mentally. Your mental health is very important. This is a very stressful time. Also check on your kids. Make sure that your kids are doing well as well. So take care. Hopefully these tips are helpful to you. These are just kind of like the best practices that I came up with as to how to deal with a hurricane. And of course, this is not technically legal advice, as we don't have an attorney-client privilege relationship, and I don't know your independent situation, but if you need to contact a lawyer, we're here to help. Have a good one.